Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here. That's right, it's back. My tutorial video is back up and now on the channel again. I keep getting messages about where it went alongside with the Incredible series, and I took them both down because I was actually told that because it had some copyrighted music in it, and I got a copyright claim on the videos, that it could harm my monetization application, which I had actually been waiting for 5 months at the time when I took the videos down. So I took it down and I told myself that I would upload them over the break, but I didn't have time. But the tutorial is up now, so I hope that you all like that. Anyways, you were all asking me to make a tutorial and show you all how to make the figures and the process that I go through. It is a little bit old, but I do pretty much do the same sort of thing now. Something that I didn't mention back then is that for all my art, I actually use my laptop's touchpad, so I don't have a proper tablet or drawing tablet or anything like that. So you guys can all do this if you have Photoshop CC 2017. But anyways, I know that my setup might look a little weird and my voice is super deep and I'm really deadpan, but I've really broken out of my shell over the past few months. So anyways, I hope that you all enjoy listening to old Ashnflash as I walk you through the process.
Alright, so starting things off, typically when I am drawing one of the new figures, because they have new stances, I actually build the figure first in LDD, Lego Digital Designer, and then I take a screenshot and bring it in. So today we're going to be looking at the Flash from his Season 5 outfit for my upcoming Arrowverse series. Typically when I am tracing an outline of the figure's stance that I want, I will make my point size 20. That's just normally what I use for new molds and such. So we're just going to quickly go and do that real quick. Something important to note while I'm doing this is that I'm actually using Adobe Photoshop CC 2017 as my program to make all my figures in. The file I'm actually working in, I find it helpful to keep one file for the series that I'm working on, which this one is actually called the Arrowverse Work in Progress file. And then to the left of that you can see the body file, and that's where I keep all my templates. And then as well, to the right I have Lego's official Lego color palette. You'll notice that I can actually get very straight lines, and I do this by actually holding down Shift while I'm clicking on from one point to another, and Photoshop will actually connect the 2 points automatically and create a straight line wherever it's coming from, whether it's on a diagonal, horizontally, or vertically. Alright, so everything looks finished now. I'm just going to go ahead and merge all the layers that I created. So now I can go ahead and get rid of my background image and get rid of that. So now we have just the basic template of the Flash figure holding the ring that the suit comes out of in Season 5. So what we're going to do now is I duplicated the layer, which you can accomplish by just clicking right click and then going up to duplicate layer. Once that's done, I'm going to head over to my palette. I'm going to choose the color picker tool. Once I do that, I'm going to scroll over and pick red, not the maroon red, which it does look like, but in a lot of the set photos and everything you actually do see that it's bright red. So now I'm going to select the bottom layer here, and I'm going to explain why in a second here. Actually I can show you right now. If I paint bucket here, you see how it doesn't go all the way to the end? It's super frustrating, so you have to go a couple more times to do it. But once you do it, it creates this really jagged line. But the great thing is when you actually create a second layer and you move and you're coloring on the one behind it, it actually keeps the line straight and not jagged. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and color in everything, the colors that we want our figure to be here. You'll notice here that in the corners that sometimes the paint bucket actually won't reach, so you just got to go in with the paintbrush tool and just fill in the corners there. Just another nice little detailing that I do is I'll actually go up to the color up here and I'll go a little darker, and I'll actually select that area there just to give it some more 3D. Same here with the hand, just to give it a more 3D effect. I think that was red there. Now we're going to get to more of the complicated part. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and work on the torso first. So what I typically do with these with the new figures that I'm making, I go in and I grab my old template here. And I'm going to select the torso, and I'm just going to bring it right back into here. So then what I do is I will put it there, somewhere easily accessible, and then I'm going to get rid of the white just so that I can get an outline. So what I do is I magic erase here, so you can, when you right click on it, scroll down to magic erase and you click that and it gets rid of all the white there. So I'm just going to zoom in here really quick, and we're just going to try and get a good look at what we're dealing with here. It does take a lot of practice, just learning the ins and outs and everything of making the figures and trying to Legoize it all. Unfortunately, there's no great pictures of the suit straight on, so I'm gonna have to base it a little bit off of the season 4 outfit and the season 5 to my best of my abilities. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the point size to 15, because that's typically what I work with when I'm doing the torso designs. So now I'm going to make a new layer just so that I'm not actually going to be printing onto this torso. So first of all, we're going to look here at the neck. So it does have some shoulder, it does have some interesting stuff up here. So let's start with this. So we are going to go like this and bring it down to here, and then maybe like that. Again, there's no really good picture of it, so this is really hard for me to do. I typically have a lot better access to pictures than this, but I wanted to do it off the season 5 one because it's not the dark red. I really love the bright red Flash suit, so I'm going to do it off of that. So we're going to go like this, and then I think, you know what, let's do the logo next. So we're going to come here and we're going to grab that and we're going to put it in front, and we are going to shrink it down to size, the size that we want our Flash torso to look like. Again, we're just going to get rid of the red there. We're going to shrink it down, shrink to the size that we think looks good. Okay, I think that's good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show off the circle tool. So the way the circle tool works is when you select it here, the shape tool, you hold it down, and if you hold down shift while you're going, it'll actually make it even. If you don't hold down shift, you can make an oval, but if you hold down circle, it makes it even. So I'm going to get it to be actually 10 wide. 10 wide, because I don't want it to seem so thick here. And you'll see why later. So I've got the shape now, and because it's gold, I'm going to go ahead and color pick this, and then when you go up to here, the properties tab, you select that, and you see this little box here, you select that, and look, it's the recently selected color that I grabbed. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm just going to go ahead and actually duplicate it, and then I'm going to shrink this down. I actually made that invisible, and then I'm going to go back up here, make this one white, and now I'm going to shrink it to be the size that we need it to be. Okay, there we go. Alright, that looks good. So for some reason when you merge the two shapes, it'll only choose one color, so you have to rasterize them all, which just means that you can edit it. So when you grab a paintbrush, you just click that, and then you go to the other one, click that, and rasterize the two of them, and now I can combine them. Alright, so now that that's done, we're going to make that invisible, and we're going to grab this, and we're going to do the actual Flash symbol itself here. So we're going to go to 10 again, and we're going to go like this, boom, boom, boom. Again, I'm using the shift tool here to make straight lines between the points. Boom, 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 boom. that visible? Interesting. Let's try it, and if we don't like it, we can get rid of it. Okay. I'm gonna go like that, and then down to there. Okay, and we're gonna go like that. How does that look? Too messy? I think it looks too messy, so we're just gonna go back and to our history tab there, and we're gonna go back far enough to where I started doing that. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna do that, and now I'm going to go like this, and I'm just gonna paint brush in the symbol, and I'm gonna do that just so that I can get rid of that area there. Now I can merge. You know, we're going to duplicate that. Go like that here, and then just got to go into where the area is touched and just fill that in. And there, now we've got the flash symbol. Okay, so we don't want to merge that with our actual torso printing. So we're going to go back to 15 point size, and we're going to continue to work on it now that we have this as a reference. Next, just gonna work on the legs and the arms and the helmet, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna fast forward through all that.
But anyways, what did you all think of the tutorial now that I've re-uploaded it? Do you want to see more of these in the future, or maybe just some Photoshop tutorials as well? Anyways, stay tuned for the channel. Hopefully this week I'm going to get my 20k subscribers thank you video out, and tons of more content to come in the following weeks. I hope that you all have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video.